Ain't nothing better than this. Yeah, ain't nothing better than this.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, we recording?
Yeah, we started.
Okay.
My name's Manwell. This is Anjelah. I think you would know that already.
And we are Manjelah.
We sound like a freaking...
It's fun.
A funny, like, wannabe superhero thing.
It didn't go on. I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. Wait. You just, if you want to do that, you just gotta put that out. Go ahead. It's fine. We are here in Nashville, Tennessee, in our back studio. If you guys are watching on YouTube, we're always somewhere different with these Manjelahs because we travel so much. But we wanted to make sure to get on the horn and talk to you guys about stuff.
Let's do it.
This week in Manjelah life.
Let's talk about our next chapter and like what we're doing.
Sure, let's talk about our current chapter and then let's talk about our next chapter because our current chapter is interesting. So since we've been in Nashville.
That's what I meant, actually.
Since we've been in Nashville, I have procured a placement for Marvel Comics, which is awesome. Thank you. That thing shakes. I got a placement on their promo for Winter Soldier and Falcon guy, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm currently waiting on a big placement for New Balance to see if that goes through.
Come on. Yes, Lord.
Bought 2 houses in the last 2 weeks for investment purposes. So here's to hoping that that's going to work out good.
Here's to hoping.
And I leave to LA today. But all good things, Queen.
Let's see. I do not leave to LA today, so I'll be in Nashville all by my lonesome because my husband doesn't care about me. Just kidding. I'm just kidding, my lover. Let's see. I'm in Nashville because I have some stand-up dates. So it's easier for me to fly out of Nashville because the cities are closer and it's a 1.5 hour flight instead of a 4-hour flight, you know?
Yeah. It was always difficult leaving from LA.
So I'm going to stay here in Nashville for the rest of the month, do some stand-up, write some new material, get ready for my next hour. And yeah, that's what I am working on right now. And yeah.
Okay. Let's answer some questions that you guys have asked. How do you talk about what? In your marital health? What?
Which one are you reading? How do you find friends as an adult couple?
I know. You wrote down this question. What does that even mean? How you talk about in your marital health month? What?
I was trying to type so fast because we were on Instagram Live taking questions.
I think it's mental health, not marital.
It's mental health month. How do you talk about 2 different questions. Like, okay. How do you talk about sensitive subjects in marriage? And then the other one was it's mental health month. And so what are some of your tools?
So answer the first one. How do you talk about sensitive things in marriage? Sensitive topics. I think we used to shy away from it. Now, this is what I have found in marriage. All the things that you have been told or you thought that if you communicate with your spouse that they're going to get upset or they're going to get angry or insecure or you're going to get in trouble. We literally threw all that out the window and just started communicating exactly how we thought and what we felt. Even the most scariest topics, scariest conversations, and all it's done is brought us way closer together. So it's freaking hilarious.
Now, I would say there are tactics to doing that. And having success with it. One, pay attention to your timing and to what is going on in your partner's life. Are they stressed out? Do they have other things that they're really worried about or concerned about right now? It's probably not the best time to have a difficult conversation. In therapy, they have taught us to schedule a time. If you have like something really important you need to talk about, don't just drop it on your partner and expect them to respond with grace and love and patience and kindness and all that kind of stuff. But to schedule a time like, hey, I know you have a lot going on right now, but on Wednesday, can we set aside some time to just connect and talk and do that? That is helpful. And just timing of it all, knowing where your partner's at and framing the conversation and all of that kind of stuff. So it's like disarming the person, and also just know your audience, know what's happening. If they're tired, don't bring up a deep conversation. If they're stressed, don't bring up a deep conversation. And if they're always tired and always stressed, then go to your scheduling. Hey, Wednesday, set aside some time for me. We would like to connect.
Yeah. But honesty has to be the precursor. That's
yeah, honesty, but there's tact in it.
Yes, I 100% agree. Okay, so mental health. What about mental health?
Well, just mental health, period.
It's mental health month?
Yes.
Let's not be ashamed of mental health. That's like a legit thing. Like I would never want anyone to feel somehow that because you're experiencing something or going through something that's, not in your control, that it's somehow a thing to be shameful about. I think one of the bravest things you can do is get help in any area of your life, whether it's mental health or anything, physicality, communication, anything. There's nothing shameful about admitting, hey, I don't have it all together, or I'm struggling with this thing. It's okay to be human.
I think also that it's okay to be human is realize we're all human. Everybody is dealing with something, even if they don't talk about it or post about it or whatever it is. Maybe they come off like a jerk and somebody's just so mean. Maybe you have like a boss or a coworker who's just such a jerk and you're like, God, what do you hate life for? Like, why do you hate life so much? Why are you so mean? We have no idea what that person is dealing with or going through, and their coping mechanism is anger, to project anger and put that out because they're protecting themselves from whatever it is that they're dealing with. Like, everybody has different ways of dealing with things. And even like, for instance, I have a bunch of group text threads with different groups of friends. And this one thread, everybody was texting back and forth and chiming in, but I was dealing with something in my own life. I was very heavy, very like in my head and my thoughts, and just like processing and just not really paying attention. And so I know that text thread was going off and off and off, and I would just try to chime in just to like participate. And so I would like laugh at this person's comment or respond to this person's comment, and that was it. And then I was back to my own issue, what I was dealing with. And then I got a separate side text from one of the people in that thread that was like, hey, did I do something to offend you? Because you're responding to everyone but me in that thread. And I didn't even realize it. I honestly was just in my own emotions, in my own processing of what I'm going through, and being like, here, let me give them I see the picture you sent. Your daughter looks so beautiful. And just let me participate and then get back into my thoughts. And I was not trying to offend that person on purpose, but then they don't know that I'm dealing with something, and then they take it personal. And luckily she brought it up and talked to me about it and was like, hey, did I do something? But other people may just be like, oh, she's acting a type of way to me, like, F her or whatever. We never know what people are dealing with emotionally in their mind, where their brain is at, and all of that. So we're all going through stuff and deal with things differently. I would just say have grace for people, communicate like my friend did. Like, if you think something's going on, because even so, I was keeping that to myself and not sharing with that particular text thread. And then she's like, I'm so sorry. If you want to talk about it, I'm here, and let me know. And maybe that's something that your friend needs or your coworker needs or whatever in your life who's acting a type of way. Maybe they do need an outlet to talk about it. Or maybe they just need to feel seen and heard and be like, no, I'm okay, but thank you for checking in. Check in on your friends who may seem to be in a bad mood all the time, or who are sad all the time, or or even if they're happy all the time, because sometimes being happy all the time, we all can't be happy all the time. There's definitely something that has happened that this facade of happy all the time could break one day. And for our friends that we love and our family that we love, we want to be there to help them so that they don't break. Like, release a little bit of that and let it go. You don't have to be happy all the time. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be pleasing everyone all the time. You can take some time for yourself and be like, I tap out today. I need a mental health day. I need to just tap out, binge a TV show, go eat some junk food, and maybe it's have a drink. I just need to tap out today. And then you can regroup. Whatever it is, you got to learn your body. You got to learn yourself, your needs, your tendencies, your bad habits, your good habits. You got to learn yourself and feed yourself what you need.
Yeah. We had another person ask us a really good question. And they asked, how do you help someone understand that they don't need someone else to complete them, that they can...
Really quick, sorry, before we move on, I also wanted to say, when we're talking about mental health, that sometimes you do need to seek a professional. Sometimes it's beyond talking to your friend about it, and sometimes you do need a professional. And I would say to everyone listening, professional help is a game changer and has given me so many tools for my life, so that next time I encounter a situation where I feel my mental health is shaky, I have tools that I can go to. My breathing techniques, my meditation, my nonlinear movement, my going out in nature, my dog, pet therapy. I have all these tools that I've learned that they're not a crutch. They're not shameful. They're actual tools to help me get back to my best self. And I learned these things in therapy. So I would say, yes, check in with your friends and family, and also check in with professional help if you need it, or if you think you don't need it, still check in, because sometimes we're afraid to admit that we need a little extra help, but it is a blessing, and it's really amazing help. So that's all I wanted to say.
So we were asked, how to, for someone to be able to understand that they can be complete without someone else. And I definitely think that's something it's something that takes a lot of self-awareness. I definitely used to think I needed someone else. Like, while I was out there dating, I used to think that happiness was going to come when I found someone else. And then the sad reality is, when you get someone else, you realize that there is some joy, there is some happiness that comes with it. But there's something that I heard before that really stuck with me, that it was like, if you're not happy where you're at this moment, then you never will be happy. And it took me a while to understand that. And I was like, what is that? What does that mean? And I think what it meant was that if you cannot learn to be content with a situation that you may not think is ideal in any and all situations, if you can't find contentment and happiness, then what you are essentially saying is that your happiness lies outside of you. And it's going to be based on what circumstances you're in. So your happiness will forever be flowing and moving like a river, and you don't have control over it. And the idea of that scared me, because it's like, man, so if things aren't going the way I think, then that means I can be unhappy, or that's going to be the definition of what it is? Or am I going to be able to dictate what my heart and what my mind thinks? So I started realizing, okay, I'm going to learn to be happy right now, whether I get the things that I swear I need or not. And once I got there, that's when I really unlocked something inside of me, to where it was like finding someone else, another partner. I was more so going to just add them to the joy and the happiness that I was already in, but never based on them. Do you feel like that? I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say that whether it's a relationship that you think you need another person to complete you, or it's a job that you need, your dream career job that you need to complete you, whatever it is, I would say, tying what you said into mental health and tools, to be able to have peace within yourself, even when the world around you is chaotic, even when your living situation is chaotic, when your relationship is chaotic, when your friendships are chaotic, when the government, when COVID, when everything around you is chaotic, to be able to maintain peace within is a very important tool that is so helpful. And it's not based on external circumstances, if I have this, then I'll be happy. It's based on just within your relationship with yourself, with God. And recently I had a situation where I was had so much anxiety. My anxiety was like, I was crying every day because my anxiety would get all the way up to here and then just tears would come out and I couldn't help it. And I was not my best self for sure. And I had this looming decision over me. Like I was waiting for this decision to be made that was going to dictate what the rest of my life for this year was going to look like. So I'm waiting for this decision. And my anxiety is through the roof for a bunch of reasons, but that's one of the reasons. And I one day said to myself, okay, as soon as I find out what this decision is, then my anxiety will go down. And I was like, hold on. I don't want that to be it. I do not want the external answer to be the solution to my internal pain and problem. I need to be able to cultivate that peace within myself, because if I start relying on external things, then I'm going to be slave to those external things. Whatever they dictate out here is what dictates in here, and that is not a good place to be. That is not the highest version of yourself. That is not a powerful place to be.
Well, because you're giving your power away at that point.
Yeah. And I was not willing to do that. So I was like, let me just focus in, even when it's hard, and I'd rather just cry, or I'd rather just watch Law & Order SVU so that my mind can just escape. I will do the work, and I will do the breathing work. I will do the meditation. I will go out in the backyard and lay in the nature and do what I need to do the work to help my inside feel the peace regardless of what my outside was doing. And it was hard, but I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did the work.
Yeah. It's important to understand that you have more power than you think you do. Within your mind and the way you think. I always tell people, you'll find a match what you're looking for, like the level to which you're looking for. If you're not there already yourself, it's going to be difficult for you to find that because you don't know what it looks like. So if you're looking for this successful, healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically, if you're looking for all this checklist, right? Mm-hmm. And you yourself have not walked that path, how the hell are you going to find it or know what it looks like when you haven't experienced it? Mm-hmm. You may be able to find it on a surface level, but I think that's why a lot of people get hurt, because they don't know what true genuineness, they don't know what true success, they don't know what true mental health, true emotional health, true maturity looks like, because they haven't found it themselves. Mm. So they find a version of it. They find somebody who can pretend long enough to trick you into liking them. And then you find out, oh snap, they're not anything that I thought they were. And that reason is because it's not found within you to where you can be able to call bullshit when you see it. The only way to know that is to know yourself. It's to
recognize game. You know what I'm saying?
It's to know what maturity is. It's to know what somebody who is emotionally healthy is. If you're not there, you're not going to be able to find it in someone else. That's just facts. So, love you guys. Hope that didn't sound too harsh. Keep sending us questions and we'll keep answering them.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So we love you. We'll talk more on the next episode. Please consider joining our Patreon. We'd love you for it. It's patreon.com/NATRT. Join for only $2 a month. Get a bunch of extra content and more Manjelahs, more goodness. We love you guys.